Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you the week's top news stories, the latest sport, weather forecast and what's on this weekend in the Lyme Regis area. Lyme Regis businessman and former Royal Marine Reservist Tom Littledyke is now on his way back to the UK after driving to Ukraine to deliver supplies and offer transport to those seeking refuge. Tom, who owns the Shave Cross Inn, Shave Cross Cellar and Antonio's Trattoria, has been dubbed the hero landlord in the national press after driving 1,000 miles to the Ukrainian border to deliver supplies. From then, he crossed the border into Lviv to help thousands of Ukrainians trying to escape the Russian invasion. He shared videos and photos with supporters via social media, including this tour of a bomb shelter.
This is Sophia. We're now in in Lviv and in a shelter, in a bomb shelter.
Yeah, thank God it's more or less safe. Physically, it's safe here.
Yeah.
So this is just the basement of our house, which is the closest place to come.
Yeah.
And here people just keep their foods normally. But Lviv is more or less good, so we don't use it that much.
No, the fact that you say that much is incredible. The rest of the world wouldn't even think about this as being acceptable.
Exactly.
It's horrible that you guys are going through this.
But we are really lucky to be in Lviv, and we do whatever we can from Lviv because there are much worse places.
You guys are beyond admirable.
Yeah, so that's kind of our shelter in case of need.
Amazing, amazing. How many can you fit in here?
I think at least 30.
Yeah. It's one of the many vehicle stops that you come across in the Ukraine right now for obvious reasons. They do a vehicle check, they ask you where you're going, and they check the vehicles for anything they might be looking for. It's interesting. I'll try and get a video of them, but they're all armed with different weapons and bits of kit and equipment, and you can just see the sheer will of them just wanting to protect and look after each other. Some of them have got rifles, some of them have got double barrel hunting shotguns. There's no sort of uniform to it, it's just whatever they could get their hands on to protect their country. I'll try and keep recording so you can experience it. These are one of the many checkpoints. Right now I'm in Lviv. I'm heading to the train station for another pickup. I've already done a pickup and a drop off from train station to Poland. Oh God, it is freezing. So many more to go. I'm not going to annoy these guys by recording. Take care, guys. Bye.
Since launching a fundraising appeal on Monday, Tom has already raised more than £13,000. He is now on his way back to the UK, but is planning a second trip on March 14th. Tom is looking for volunteers to travel with him, warning that they will be going to dangerous areas to deliver medical supplies, radios, body armour and helmets. He'll be hosting a meeting at the Shave Cross Inn near Bridport at 8 p.m. on Wednesday for anyone willing to join the campaign. You can donate to Tom's appeal via the website shown on screen now. Meanwhile, Dorset Council has sent out a message of support to the Ukrainian people, saying it is deeply saddened by the tragic events unfolding in Europe. Council leader Spencer Flower advised that the best way to help was to make cash donations to charities such as the British Red Cross or Save the Children, and added that Dorset was ready to support the government in welcoming Ukrainian refugees. West Dorset MP Chris Loder met with the Ukrainian ambassador this week to discuss the conflict and how people in his constituency were helping, including the Prince of Wales School in Dorchester, which organised an entire lorry load of supplies to be driven to those in need. No proposals have been put forward to make governance changes to Lyme Regis Town Council, despite concerns raised by members of the public and some calls for the authority to be abolished altogether. The first part of a public consultation on Dorset Council's Community Governance Review attracted some damning comments about the recent behaviour of Lyme Regis councillors, with some saying they were unfit for office and calling for the council to be scrapped. The review offers people the opportunity to give comments on things such as changing parish and town boundaries or the number of people on a council. The initial responses helped to create a report of recommendations, but despite the comments made about Lyme Regis Town Council, no proposals to make any governance changes in the town have been put forward. A second public consultation on the recommendations put forward by Dorset Council is now open until May 23rd. Residents of Lyme Regis and Charmouth will go to the polls on Thursday, April 7th to elect a new member of Dorset Council following the recent resignation of Daryl Turner. Nominations for election candidates are now being accepted up until 4 p.m. on Friday, March 11th, with more details available on the Dorset Council website. It is thought this election may coincide with a by-election for a vacancy on Lyme Regis Town Council caused by the recent death of Stan Williams, but this has not yet been confirmed. And now for sport. This week's heavy rain is likely to play havoc with the weekend's football programme. After moving into 5th place of the Devon and Exeter League Premier Division with a hard-fought 3-2 victory over Okehampton Reserves last Saturday, the Seasiders first team have no fixture tomorrow. Lyme's next big fixture will be away to Premier leaders Lapford on Saturday week in the quarter-finals of the East Devon Senior Cup. The Seasiders are one of just 2 sides who have taken points off the Premier champions, and if recent form is any indication, they are more than capable of pulling off a shock result. Lyme Reserves, who also picked up 3 useful points against Exeter University last week, are due to meet bottom place Exeter United on Saturday, but there is little chance of the game going ahead, with the Davy Fort ground looking more unplayable with every rain shower. Up Lyme experienced a rare double defeat last weekend, with their first team, currently 3rd in Division 6, losing 2-0 to Exeter side Falcons FC, and the reserves going down 4-0 against a much more experienced Coombe St Nicholas A team. Tomorrow, Up Lyme's first team are at home to Bickley, who are 4 places below them in the table. Team of the season Charmouth need just 1 point from their remaining 3 Perry Street League Division 2 games. On Saturday, they drew 1-1 with fellow table toppers Drimpton, who have an 8-point lead but have played 1 more game. Having dropped out of the league at the start of the coronavirus pandemic and following the death of influential chairman Steve Pratt, the Robins reorganised and came back with a new committee led by Steve's son Kevin, and a strong squad of players have only lost 2 games all season. A new junior park run was launched in Lyme Regis last weekend, with 30 children completing a 2-kilometre course along the seafront. The race, part of the National Park Run movement, was officially started by the Mayor of Lyme Regis and will now be repeated every Sunday morning at 9 a.m, starting on Guncliffe Walk below the Marine Theatre, and is free for children aged 4 to 14 to take part in. The Old Schoolhouse Community Cafe reopens to the public at the Hub in Church Street this morning and will now be open every Thursday and Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m, offering affordable hot drinks and snacks. Performer Charlie Bicknell will be joined by opera singer Louise Innes and pianist David Harrod for a night of comic cabaret at the Marine Theatre on Saturday, with doors opening at 7 p.m, while the Nag's Head will host its usual live music night from 9 p.m. In East Devon, Seaton will play host to thousands of runners and supporters as it stages the 34th Grizzly Race, a 20-mile multi-terrain race known as one of the biggest and toughest in Europe. The event will start at 10:30 a.m. on Seaton Seafront. Light rain showers and sunny spells are forecast today. The rest of the weekend is expected to be drier, with predominantly cloudy weather forecast on Saturday and Sunday and high temperatures of 8 degrees. Thanks for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. Stay up to date with all the latest local news on our website, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for updates 24/7. In the meantime, have a great weekend.